Hey guys, welcome to Rising Vibrations on INGA. This reading is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus between October 22nd and November 2018. So Aries, what's going on? I feel like the Aries is perhaps stirring up some trouble or taking revenge. They're in a revenge mode. I almost feel like a lot of Aries want to see people suffer, or they're taking delight in the suffering of others. So there's a potential for a lot of the elemental signs to fall into this dark energy. I've already done some videos on this over a month ago during the Venus retrograde. So let's see what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What's going on with Aries? What does Aries need to know about themselves and about others in their life over the next 4 weeks? So, Aries, remember that a dog that brings a bone carries a bone. Whoever you're discussing your life situation with, especially about a partner, please be careful, because other people may be going back and telling the person that you're with what you're saying about them. Or they may be teasing them in a way, especially if this is for an Aries man. I feel like you may have someone that you would like to move away from, or a relationship you would like to get away from, that you're not sure about, or that you want to preserve your independence. You feel bound, you feel like you lack some freedom, and somehow you're not being upfront about how you're feeling with the person that you're with. So maybe you're flirting and your partner sees you flirting. This could be for a man or a woman, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, versus just being upfront and telling the person really truly how you're feeling, or that you would like your freedom, or you would like more freedom, or that you're no longer even interested in being in the relationship. Because there is something about information being moved by you or even by others, but I feel like it's originating with you. So this is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus over the next 3 to 4 weeks. What does Aries need to know? And you know, Aries, the thing is this: you're probably going to end up feeling bad about something that you said, something that you mentioned, maybe not even trying to be negative or mean, but something that you said may be delivered in a way that is extremely hurtful to someone else that you care about. Again, it feels like a relationship that you want to break away from. And then getting back to your partner who you're with. Too much is being said. Or is some things that Aries, is something about what's coming out of the Aries mouth, because there's also this element of something that you say can get you in trouble. It can get you locked up into an agreement that you really don't want. So perhaps you accept an assignment or a contract or work that you're not really interested in, but you get locked up because you get locked up into this because you spoke too soon without thinking. And you're trying to find a way to get out of it, Aries. So this is Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. What do they need to know for the next 3 or 4 weeks? There is something here, again, about decisions, deciding. A very important decision which must be made. And I just feel like you're really caught up in a bind somehow. You can't win for losing with whatever this is. You cannot win for losing. Either way you go, it's not really clear which way you should go. And then therefore maybe you're talking to people about this, and what you're saying is getting out, and it's also impacting the outcome. It can impact the outcome, essentially, about what you're discussing about this confusion. It's just not even clear to me looking at this, what's going on here. And maybe it's just that there's not much difference in the choices. And if you're trying to decide between two different people, you don't have a preference one way or the other, really, over the two different energies. They're so similar. The two people are so similar. You're just really not sure what to do. This is very confusing for me. Even looking at this, I have no idea what Aries. I think we have to start over, because this is, the energy is very stuck. It has been for a lot of the readings that I've looked at. The energy has been very stuck. I'm sorry, I have to start over. This doesn't happen often, but I don't know what's going on here. So what is happening with Aries? What is the problem? Because there is some kind of a problem here, and I'm just not sure what it is. Now I'm pulling up all major arcanas. What is the problem for Aries? All major arcanas. It's just bizarre. So we have the Star, the Emperor, and the World. And this is, again, I feel like there's some break that you have to make, and you're scared about the change, because either way you feel like you will lose. This is going into the first part of the reading. You feel like whatever you decide to do, you're going to lose, but you don't, it's like you have less of a decision in all of this. It's going down whether you make a decision or not. Whatever this is about to stop, it's like, okay, so let's say you're with this person and you wanted to be away from them because you felt like you didn't have freedom. You felt like you weren't getting what you wanted out of this relationship. And you put on a type of front or show to maybe start to push this person away. I feel like maybe the person will go now and you'll be alone. And you know you'll be alone, but you don't really want to be alone, but you also really don't want to be with anyone. You don't know what you want, essentially. You feel like there's something broken with you, or there's something broken inside of you, because you really feel like you can't be happy, or you don't know how to be happy anymore. You don't know what you want anymore. And whatever is being put before you isn't satisfying for you. You're almost stuck in a type of a rut in life right now, and you don't know how to get out of it. So we have major arcana of the Sun, we have major arcana of the Tower, and we have the Queen of Wands. So we just pulled out of 6 cards, we pulled 5 major arcana, by the way. So this is a big deal. You really don't know what to do anymore with with yourself, with your situation, with the people who are around you. And I just get like you, it's almost like you just want things to stop. You don't want to have to make a decision. You feel like you've reached the end of the road. And not to say that anyone is really in a critical psychological crisis, but it feels a bit like that. It feels a bit manic in a way. But a type of quiet mania, if this makes sense. Like something inside of you is boiling, and even on the outside, you may not be showing it. But you just want a different life, but you're not even sure what it is. You're not satisfied in your relationships. You're not satisfied with work right now. It's not even about the money. It's something deeper. It's about feeling fulfilled. You're not feeling fulfilled, Aries. A lack of fulfillment in life right now, and you want it to change, but you're not sure how to change it. I feel like you've tried a lot. You've tried this and that. That was the Two of Pentacles we had earlier. But it's just nothing is bringing you to the point where you want to be. And you're not sure how to break out of this. So let's see what else the Aries needs to know about the next 3 to 4 weeks. I would say walk slowly through this energy. Walk slowly through this. Don't expect big revolutions inside of you, because you don't really even know where to take this quiet mania. Almost all major arcana. Only 2 of the cards are not major arcana out of 9 cards, guys. Aries really needs to walk things back. I don't know why I'm getting that. It's like, it's almost like you have to walk. I have to show you that. We have the Emperor. We have the Queen of Wands, which I feel like both of these are Aries through phases of life. And this is what you want to feel, like this type of separation, but it's liberation. In fact, it's like you want to just be free. You want to feel happy. You feel like the reality of life is very suppressing for you now. And I feel like there is something to be discovered in this, what you're feeling, though, oddly enough. Like you, let me show you again. Major Arcana of the World, Major Arcana of the Tower, and Major Arcana, this is like the Hermit. This is the reality of life. You know, you do have your ups and downs. Major Arcana of the Star, going after your dreams. Major Arcana of the Sun, sometime achieving those things, and then finding it all a bit mundane in the end with Major Arcana, the Hierophant. You know, and this cycle. What now? I feel like the Aries is at that point. What now? I've had the big romance. I've lost the love of my life. I found the new love of my life. I'm in that, and now it's not bringing me this inner type of peace that I want. What is the point of all of this? What is the point of all of this? We live, then we die, then what? What am I supposed to do now? What's my new item on the bucket list when I've reached everything on the bucket list, or I don't even have a bucket list? What am I supposed to do? I feel like the Aries is really caught up in this energy of a type of quiet mania or confusion around life, and I feel like you just have to move through that and realize that this is part of the reality of life. Sometimes it is. What do they say? When you reach enlightenment, what do? You still sweep the floor the next day because you have to clean your house. And you could reach the pinnacle of enlightenment or even ecstasy, but then you got to come down. Think about an orgasm, not to be vulgar, but you reach this pinnacle of ecstasy and then it's over. So I think this is something about this cycle of life and living for Aries that perhaps if you hear this message, you just understand we all go through that. And not to be disappointed. And you can always be surprised. And if you have lost someone who you love, or you've had some big disappointment, or you can't decide, or you have a lackluster, look at it, walk through it slowly, like it's just a phase. It's nothing to get that torn up about. We have the Hermit again. You also have the Page of Coins come out for me. Cycles up, cycle down, starting over. You do move through these phases where you reach something, you reach a goal. Sometimes there's some sadness when you reach that goal, whether it's a great relationship or even an end of a relationship that you don't want anymore. And then you do have to think about what's next. How do I start over? I'm going to go ahead and read this Hermit and hold this up for you because we have this 2 times, and I think it must be an important message in all of that. I believe it's card number 9. Let me go ahead and read that for you. Aries, Hermit, time out. Sometimes it's necessary to take time out for regrouping and introspection. This is a temporary experience, but one necessary for my growth. When I step back, retreat, regroup, and renew, I have a clear perspective on everything in my life. I think that perfectly fits the reading. Hang in there, Aries. We all go through this. Take your time with it, and I'll see you here again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.